You're listening to a new episode of Girl Down Podcast with your host, me, Aeon. So sit back, relax, and listen as I unpack the uncertainty of my 30s, one episode at a time. Welcome to another episode of Girl Down Podcast with me, Aeon. Before I get into the topic today, I hope everybody had a lovely and relaxing Christmas. I'm recording this on the day after Christmas. I have been quarantining. I don't feel like I have COVID symptoms, but my sinuses have been wearing me out this past week, especially with us changing seasons into winter, and I don't know what's going on, but I just didn't feel like being around people. And I went to an event last weekend where people tested positive for COVID. So I've just been chilling in the house, trying to watch all of the movies and series that I can while I got Amazon Prime for free. And I'm really enjoying my own company and enjoying the holiday. And I'm talking to people as needed. But let's jump into today's topic. I'm actually recording. I was inspired to record this because of something that I've seen today on the internet. I really need the skinny folks in the room to really confront their fat phobia and to confront their anti-fatness. So I wanted to start this topic. It was triggered today because Lizzo put up a picture on her social media of her in some booty shorts of her ass out. Basically doing what Lizzo gives, giving Lizzo antics. This is something that we can expect from her. She's very body positive. She's going to wear whatever the fuck she wants. She's going to put it on her page. And it is what it is. I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing. But there's a certain popular black YouTuber media personality that has consistently shown himself to be somebody that is fatphobic, somebody that's anti-fat. And when I say that he's these things, my examples of this are... all you have to do is go on Funky Dineva's page and watch his videos where he does reviews or he does recaps. And in a lot of the videos since the pandemic has started, he's been selling NutriBurst, and he creates like his own promotional narrative. And a lot of it is centered around how you're fat, nobody wants to be fat, nobody will wake up and choose to be fat, there's no way that you can be happy. And that's kind of the stick with how he promotes these health, quote unquote health products. And as somebody that follows Funky Dineva and watches his stuff, it's one of those gray area things. When Funky Dineva is right, he's right, but he definitely has a blind spot to how a lot of the stuff that he says about fat people is fatphobic, and basically it's this narrative of you need to cover that shit up because that's not acceptable. Why should you be doing that? You don't have the body for doing that. So today, in response to Lizzo putting up her picture, Funky Dineva screenshotted it, put it on his Instagram. And let me get this phone so I can read it verbatim what Funky Dineva had to say. Bear with me, y'all. This is happening in real time, but this is a family show, so I know y'all will be easy on me. Yes. So yes. Funky Dineva's comment under the picture is, "What is wrong with her? I need my big girls to chime in and educate the people on what all this is, what all this look at me shit is about." And I don't know, Funky Dineva, for him to be a quote unquote black gay man, his politics is very steeped in respectability politics. He has some ideas that me and him clash on a lot of things, but he's very steeped in respectability politics, and the fatness is another one of those things, because from watching him, his constant critique of Lizzo is that her music should be able to speak for itself, and she doesn't need to do all of these antics. But it's only, in my opinion, it's only antics if you feel like fat people showing their bodies in their authentic, natural state, whatever shape there is. If you think that them showing their bodies is an antic, when it shouldn't be that, it should just be a person having autonomy over their body, choosing what they want to wear, showcasing their body in a way that is authentic to them. Nothing should be nothing should be ostentatious about this. Nothing about this should be mind blowing if we didn't live in a world that shames and punishes fat bodies. So I could go in, I could read, but in all actuality, all of that is not necessary in my opinion, and all of that doesn't. I don't think it will help to get my point across and why I wanted to do this topic. And also go back to my previous episode, FAT, no acronym needed, where I talk about my experience to me standing in my identity as a fat body person, as a bigger body person, and how that's been liberating for me. But I really think we have to have a conversation about, like, an honest conversation about how we treat fat people in the world, in this society, and in this culture, and how a lot of our critique and our commentary on Lizzo's body and the ways that we feel that she should show up as a bigger person, how a lot of that is counterproductive, and it is rooted in white supremacy. And that's just the bottom line. When I hear people talk about fat people and that whole language of it's a choice, or if you're fat, you're lazy, you're evil, you don't, like, that's the same type of language that is used to demonize any other marginalized community. More specifically, Black people. Particularly when we talk about how Black bodies naturally show up, and it's just disheartening, because Lizzo, she's a big inspiration for me. Just how she shows up and just how she takes up space, and the reaction that people have for her showing her ass in booty shorts, even though it isn't the traditional hourglass figure, how she gets the backlash for it. But a Kim Kardashian or any of the Instagram models who get to like the Jessica Dimes or the Alexa Scotts, they get to get on Instagram or any other type of social media with their ass out and less stuff, but because it's desirable and because it's appealing, there's not this conversation of you should cover that up, or that looks ugly, or because your body is like this, you deserve that. We're praising them. We're giving them access to capital, access to money. They're able to capitalize off of their bodies. They're able to become desirable and get romantic attention because of their bodies. They're able to build careers off of their bodies and their desirability. They're able to go, and I'm thinking of Sweetie. When Lizzo is able to go to McDonald's and have a special combo meal, when Lizzo was able to go to Popeyes and have a special sauce, and nobody is bringing up her fatness or bringing up how she's going to get diabetes by promoting this lifestyle, then tell me that fatphobia is not a thing. Lizzo is not able to have autonomy or capitalize on her body and her appearance in the way that thin people are. And she's always, no matter what she does, she's always going to be critiqued for it, because culturally, fat bodies should be quote unquote undesirable. They should be punished. They should be demonized. And at the end of the day, you need to cover that shit up. And I just think it's really disgusting. And I think in the culture that we're in, where we're really re-examining the harmfulness and the toxicities of a lot of the things that we've had to take in order to survive. I really invite people and I really challenge people to really take a hard and honest look about how fat phobia is showing up in your lives, how it's showing up in how you view yourselves. And no longer can we take the response of, oh, they're just jokes, or, oh, it's not that serious. Like with Funky Dineva, it's not about me canceling you. Clearly, this is a pattern for you where you don't like fat people, or you don't like fat bodies, or you don't like fatness. So I would be interested to see, like, what is the root of that? What is the root of for you to come out and openly say, because you are a fat person, there's no way you can have a great life because your body shows up in this way. You think it dictates the life experience that I have. People that are going to love me. People are, and that for me, that's a hard absolute to say. And I would be interested in checking to see where that comes from. And no longer can we take the, oh, it's a joke, or the excuse, well, I'm concerned about your health. If we're going to follow the numbers and we're going to follow the studies, there are plenty of big people that are out here healthy, active, and exercise just is not about losing weight. There's so many other benefits to exercise than just losing weight. But I think I'm making this episode to say, y'all, we have a long way to go, because the fact that Lizzo as successful as she is and as talented as she is, that she can't show up however she wants to show up in this world, in a pandemic, in this crazy time that we're living. If I can't show up as my most authentic and my most comfortable self without being scrutinized, without being told to cover it up and tone it down, and all of this policing of fat bodies and fatness, and really just policing of fat women, fat black women, I really challenge us to dig deeper to really figure out what the root of this is. And I definitely don't want to leave you all I don't want to leave you all here. The conversation does not simply end here. I definitely want to suggest some readings for you all that really explore the links of how anti-fatness is connected to anti-blackness, and just the origins, the roots, and how it shows up today. So first, I want to promote Deshaun Harrison's book, Belly of the Beast. And I'll list these links at the bottom of this episode. But make sure you read Deshaun Harrison, their book, Belly of the Beast, The Politics of Anti-Fatness as Anti-Blackness. Also, there is another book. Let me pull it up now. Fearing the Black Body, The Racial Origins of Fatphobia by Sabrina Strings. And also there is a podcast that is hosted by fat black individuals, fat black people of color. Let me get the name of that podcast. And all of this will be in the show notes for this show. It's called Unsolicited, Fatties Talk Back. It's a new podcast. They have about 4 episodes. But I challenge you all to not just listen to me, but listen to other fat, dark-skinned black people. Also, I suggest that you read the book Hunger by Roxane Gay that tackles anti-fatness. Y'all, we have to do better than just relying on our knee-jerk reactions to stuff. That's all of it is based on white supremacy and oppression. And I want to live in a world free enough where I can walk out in booty shorts no matter what shape my body is, and I'm still able to access all of the love, all of the support, all of the freedom. Just because somebody is built a certain way or has a certain type of body, that doesn't mean that they're worthy of denial of things. And if that's how your politic is set up, then I really challenge you to interrogate why that is. Why are only certain type of body types? Why are only certain types of skin tones? Why are only certain type of gender identities worthy of love, access, protection, mobility? Like, really sit back and think about it. And I promise you, if you do, you see how all of these systems of oppression are intertwined and interlinked. But I'm not going to keep y'all here this long. I just really had to make this episode. I will be back with more episodes. I may release them before the start of the new year, but if not, you'll get them after the new year. And also, I need to do a special episode to talk about some of the new stuff that I want to do for the channel. But I want to thank you all for supporting me. If you have thoughts, feel free to talk back on my social medias, or to leave comments, leave reviews, send an email. Maybe I might read it on the next episode. But that's all I have for y'all right now. So I will talk to y'all soon. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. Bye. Thank you for listening to another episode of Girl Down Podcast with me, Aeon. If you like the show, please be sure to go on over to Apple Podcasts and rate and review this podcast. Also, make sure that you're engaging with me on social media. Also, if you have any inquiries or you want to send me any questions, be sure to email me at girldownpodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, bye y'all.